High School in 2004. As a father to 7 and a husband for the past 3 years, he's also managed to excel academically and recently was inducted into Phi Theta Kappa Nicolet's Honor Society. He enjoys giving back to his community through volunteering at a variety of events, and for the past 2 years has been a youth leader for the Apostolic Fellowship youth groups here in Rhinelander. Today he's graduating with his Applied Associate of Science in Criminal Justice Law Enforcement and plans to continue his education at UW-Oshkosh to pursue a Bachelor of Science in Human Services Leadership this fall. Zachary?
We all eventually discover just how unpredictable life can be. Over my short 2-year career as a college student, I've experienced both the blessing and curse of life's unpredictability. I've lost a loved one and experienced the blessing of receiving a beautiful son into my life. Although we may not always know the hand that we're about to be dealt, there are many events in life that are predictable. As criminal justice students, we are taught Gordon Graham's risk management credo, predictable is preventable. In other words, if we can predict a negative outcome, we have the time to obtain the proper knowledge and resources that can be used to prevent that outcome. However, I stand before you today telling each and every one of you that this is only half of the story. As is, Mr. Graham's advice is excellent. However, I feel like he has done us a bit of a disservice in limiting this teaching solely to managing risks. I feel like he should have added another side to this equation. So I'm standing here telling you today that if it is predictable, it is obtainable. We can predict that if we prepare for success in our future and take the necessary steps, we can obtain success. Success in our studies, success in our careers, and success in our personal lives. We can prepare by learning from both ours and others' past mistakes. Or we can take the more proactive approach and learn what is required of us to be successful in the field of our desire. According to the maxim of computer scientist Alan Kay, if you would like to predict the future, invent it. Truly, these words we can all live by. As graduating students, we have already begun inventing our futures as professionals in our chosen fields. Some of us have had the blueprints drafted and ready to go since day one. Some of us have made the decision to rip them up and start over and go back to the drawing board. And others have already begun to build. No matter where we are at today, know that many aspects of the future, although sometimes frightening, are in our hands. Surely, with a solid blueprint, preparation, and action, we can achieve the future that we choose to invent. As I look over the blueprints that I have prepared, revised, and prepared again, I can see that my career as a student is not quite finished, as I plan on pursuing my Bachelor's of Science degree in Human Services Leadership from UW-Oshkosh. Before I part from you, I'd like to leave you with one last piece of advice. Whatever your blueprints may read, you will find that they are of no good if you never begin to build. As the words of advice from my childhood reverberate into the present, I feel it could not be said better than was put so simply by Dr. Seuss. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the guy who'll decide where to go. Thank you.